Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Nikki. I'm a homeschool mom to an only child, and we are in our second homeschool year. So today I want to talk to you guys about art. Art. Art does not come easy to me. So if you want to talk about art, then keep on watching. Okay, art. I don't even know what that was. I don't know if you saw that. That just like floated past. Anyways, art. So there are a lot of reasons why art just doesn't come easy to me, but I'll just put it out there. Art is messy. Art is messy, and I am not a messy kind of gal. So I have to come out of my comfort zone to do art. And that's okay. I think it's good for me, and it's definitely good for her. But I definitely have certain things that I've done, as like I said, it does not come natural. So I have to have things in front of me to go off of. I'm not good at just thinking them up. I have to plan art, and I have to be very intentional about it. So I have over time gathered a few books that I want to share with you guys. And I'm going to show you a little inside them. And yeah, so first things first, before I get to the books, I want to talk to you guys about the type of things that we do. So if we're doing a unit study, or if we're doing something that she has a specific interest in, let's say last year she really wanted to learn about wolves. So we gathered some books about wolves from the library, and we just dug in real deep. We watched some documentaries on wolves, and we learned so much, and she was so happy to learn about wolves. So I went on Pinterest, I typed in like wolf art, and a couple things came up, and I will show you here what we ended up making. But those are the kind of projects I can get behind, because it was laid out step by step for me and for her, and it just helped do art in more of a functional way than me just going, okay, here's a piece of paper. You know, like it had to be written out for me, spelled out step by step. That's the kind of person I am, and that seems kind of to be how she is too. But we are very talented once we do get our paint on paper or whatever. So we do painting, we do markers, we do crayons, we do stamps, we do stamping pens. There's tons and tons of way you can incorporate art into your homeschool and how you plan to, and what you're learning about. If you're doing math and you're learning let's say your doubles, you can get out a paintbrush and start painting your doubles and put 6 dots of color and 6 dots of color there, and that way you have a visual. 6 plus 6 is 12. There's like all kinds of things we can add here. I can also do another video specifically on math manipulatives that have helped us learn these things. But for now, we're talking about art. So the first book I want to talk to you about is this one. I'm going to show it on the screen right here. And this Usborne book is one that I don't necessarily think you even have to go with Usborne. But it's just a great added feature, because it has literally a ton of things, and it's very colorful, and it has a bunch of things you can draw. What I like about it is that it does leave plenty of room to not only draw what it wants you to draw, but it leaves you room if you wanted to get out your crayons or your markers and color a picture along with what the book is telling you to draw. Now, if you don't know anyone who sells Usborne, or don't have a way to purchase from Usborne, because they can be a little bit on the pricier side, there are tons of how to draw books, tons of step-by-step drawing books. We got some from the Target dollar spot last year. I've gotten some even from the dollar store. They're everywhere, so don't think that that's not an option. And these can take us to a whole other level. Sometimes it just inspires her to continue drawing and making different pictures and all of the things. So another big one in our house I will show here is a picture of this YouTube channel called Art Hub for Kids. And it's amazing what this man and his family does on camera. It's magical, and we cannot rave about Art Hub for Kids enough, because the guy is just very talented, and the whole family, I mean, they just create the most beautiful pictures. And I love how it's just as is, you know, like it's not focused on perfection or anything like that. They have a website, I believe, too, where he has supplies that you can purchase that they use specifically on Art Hub for Kids. So I thought that was pretty helpful too, because I'm looking, oh, what kind of markers are those? So yeah, it's been super helpful. Anyway, the next book I have here, I will flash on the screen, is this Art Lab for Kids. 52 creative adventures in drawing, painting, printmaking, paper, and mixed media for budding artists of all ages. This book is great. It has so much in here, and it is step by step. There are picture by picture on each step in how to do it, and it has meet the artists and all kinds of amazing things here. And it really takes you on different materials and objects to use, and fingertip painting, watercolor, marker and acrylic paint, tempera, trees, and watercoloring with plastic, charcoal. It is simply like, I love this book. I love it. And I love the different things and how they come out and how we can compare ours to the book. And then we end up getting a good laugh because ours can be so much different. So Art Lab for Kids is a great alternative. So the next one I have for you, I will show you a picture of right here, and it is the Usborne Complete Art of Ideas. I am sorry to make this a lot about Usborne, but these are just amazing. It gives you, not only does it talk about the types of materials, but it talks about the types of materials and what to use them for, which is super helpful when you're not an art person and you really need to like figure out, you know, what do you use acrylic paints on? How do you use watercolor? It just has so much, and it's so beautiful. The pictures and illustrations are great. It really helps you get into doing your own techniques. It has chalk techniques. It has sponge. I mean, you name it, this book has it. And some of them may be a little advanced. I would say, you know, first grade is probably a good level to start some of these at, but I think that they definitely can get more advanced, and so it will work for some of your older kids as well. It talks with animal shapes and techniques for fur. So there's just so much in this book that is just simply amazing, and you could probably keep this book for 10 years and still get use out of it with all age groups. So that's kind of a huge hit for us in intentional art. The next one is another Usborne book, but I promise you I have one more that is not an Usborne book. So this one right here is the Usborne Art Treasury. Another amazing book, pictures, painting, and projects. So this has the same step-by-step, but what's really cool about this one is it has information about like the artists and a little bit of history there, and it explains just so much. It explains so much. So like, for instance, it talks about Dancers in Blue, drawn by Edgar Degas in 1897. So it talks about, this picture is a glimpse backstage where dancers are checking their costumes and warming up. One dancer holds onto a piece of scenery to steady himself. Another stoops up to adjust her shoe and disappears off the bottom of the paper. He wanted to paint life through a keyhole, meaning he wanted to capture people as they really looked rather than in formal poses. And this picture seems like a quick on-the-spot sketch. He drew it with swift lines and dabs of color using light, feathery strokes on the dancers' tutus and more solid shading on their bodies. And then it has information about the artist, about Edgar Degas, and when he was born and where, and like the movement. And then it talks about and goes into 5 steps in how to create your own. He used pastels, and it looks like he used chalk. It's just, the whole book is phenomenal, and it's very, very helpful, and it's easy to look at this ahead of time and make sure you have your supplies on hand if you know you're going to be doing say an art project that week. I love how it also has Van Gogh in here. It has the Starry Night. It has a little bit of info on Van Gogh, and then how to create a swirly landscape. There's just so many good things in this treasury book, and I think it would be a great addition to your homeschool. So the last and final book, the only one else that I own for art, is this Get Into Art, and I will post it right up here and show you the inside of this one. It has 48 amazing art projects, and this is a really cool book. So it's kind of similar to the other ones, but this one, I don't know, there's just something about it that makes me happy. It has so many things. It talks about the styles of the paintings. It talks about the artists. It talks about how you can play around with shapes and collecting different things from around your house to create some of these things. But it has so many different people in here and artists, and it's basically like recreating some very popular art, which is great. I love it. It's sort of like the Art Treasury, and I think these are going to inspire us to go to the art museum one day in downtown Chicago. So one thing that's cool about this is in the back of the book, it has art words and info. So if you don't know what abstract means, or a carve, or embroidery, or horizon, it gives like a dictionary of all the art words and information that are within the book. So if you have a kid who's reading it maybe on their own and they don't understand, they can easily go back to the back of the book to get a idea, a definition. So that is all I have as far as books for you guys on art, but all of them are amazing, and I try really hard to incorporate art into our homeschool days, but it is more of a struggle for me, and it is one of those things that if we're having a fun Friday and we're going to go out in nature and do something or have a play date or something, art just kind of gets put on the back burner. That's just me and my struggle, and I'm trying to get better at it. But I do know that you can learn so much through art, and I think it's very beneficial to have at all ages and to really let your kid do what they want. Pick something out of one of these pages on their own and say, hey, like, let's go get the supplies we need and make it a trip. And then it can be, you know, everything about it can be very educational driven. You can talk about different techniques and, you know, the artist, and really learn, get some more books on the artist, and look on YouTube, look on any documentaries there might be, and just really dive in to art. So I hope this video helped you in getting started with some art for your family, for your homeschool. I will try to link everything down below in the description box, but if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel for future content of this only child homeschool family. All right, guys, have a great one. Bye.